intelligence, and applied AI for industry transformation. We're honored to host the visionary leaders from Microsoft, Qualcomm, MIPS, and McKinsey and Company. They will share their insights on how AI is evolving from the cloud to the edge, creating tangible value across various industries today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Mark Linton, Vice President of Windows and Devices Sales, Microsoft.
Well, it is great to be here with you at Computex today. I'm Mark Linton from Microsoft, and we're going to spend 30 minutes covering off on the future of Windows, the innovation that we're bringing with our partner ecosystem, and some of the announcements we've had here at Computex, but then also we have our Build conference happening right now. So we will cover a lot of ground. I'm excited to be here with you. Computex is where the industry comes together, and it's also one of the most important moments in the annual schedule for Windows as well. And so today we're going to dive deep into some of the innovation that's coming in Windows, and then also some of our partner innovation that's happened at the show. Now, before we do that, I thought we'd start at a high level and just reflect on the fact that we have over 1 billion Windows 11 daily active users right now, over 100 markets and countries around the world. People and organizations depend on Windows every day, whether they're doing their jobs, they're creating, they're learning, connecting, or playing. Windows is truly the platform for our planet. And our customers are the true definition of a diverse and global audience. In fact, there's no other product that best represents Microsoft's mission to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And it's the people and the organizations represented in this room that enable Windows to scale. So thank you very much for being here, and thank you for the partnership. According to IDC, last year, our Windows ecosystem built and shipped over 240 million Windows PCs. We all made collective progress in upgrading the base from Windows 10. We improved the security posture for customers with the latest platform and hardware innovation to protect against threats. And we continued to innovate in areas like gaming, AI at the edge with Copilot+ PCs, and so much more. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone here for the partnership and the work we've driven together to achieve these milestones. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. So to build on this momentum, it's critical that we continue to listen to customers and improve the platform. We listen and integrate signal and feedback from customers around the world. It could be end customers, IT departments, Windows insiders, and many of you in the room here today. And really, what we've done is focused our Windows development efforts with a number of enhancements that are grounded in performance, reliability, and what we call craft. On the performance side, it's all about a faster, more responsive Windows, enabling things like a lower memory footprint, lower interaction latency, and of course, more speed for your applications to shine. Reliability, it's the bedrock of trust. Customers want reliable systems, and we're focusing on enabling a better driver quality across areas like Bluetooth, USB, camera, audio, and docking. Customers will also see an improved experience for Windows Update, and then also Windows Biometrics with Windows Hello. And then finally, craft. And this is all about a calmer, more personalized experience that enables customers to get more out of their Windows device. So 3 pillars, 11 focus areas, a huge effort for us to make sure that we're building the best product possible and listening to customer feedback. And I'll say one of the most exciting things that customers are looking forward to, you can see behind me, which is the new Windows taskbar. So you can make it smaller, you can dock it bottom, left hand, right hand, up, especially in this high DPI monitor world that we're in. Having this capability is just one of the features that I'm looking forward to. And there's plenty more to come. So I'm looking forward to you seeing some of these features landing throughout the year as our engineering team polishes them and ships them through Windows Update. So as we mentioned earlier, Windows is truly the platform for everyone. And what does that mean? It means there's a Windows device for every purpose, for every person, and at every price point. So whether it's consumers, students, gamers, creators, developers, small business, all the way through to enterprise. We're going to focus on 4 areas today for you in the show. The first one, we'll talk about consumers and what we're doing with everyday PCs, helping get great design, nice performance at an approachable price, and I'll show you some of the partner announcements this week. We'll also dive into gaming and some of the innovation and partner announcements there. We've had a massive week for creators. I hope everybody saw Jensen on Monday. Did everybody see Jensen? You might have noticed a little announcement we had with NVIDIA. I'm going to talk about that and the benefits for creators with that brand new platform. And then finally, our developer audience as well. We want Windows to be the #1 place for developers to go to build agents and AI. So let's start with several new announcements that we have at the show for everyday productivity PCs. These PCs represent great design, thin and light chassis on the latest silicon from Intel, Qualcomm, and AMD. And you can see them behind me. And the first 3 on the slide are actually newly announced here at the show. And these devices, we've worked hard with our device partners and silicon partners to optimize the performance and also things like running great on 8 gig of RAM, which is important in today's day and age with component costs. So this week, our partners are bringing the partnership to the forefront and putting it on display with these new devices that start at just $599 US. So as we go over to the devices and have a look, the first device is the Acer Swift Air 14. The Acer Swift Air 14 is an all-metal body, and it's powered by the Intel Core Series 3 processors. It has long battery life for everyday use, and it comes in 3 fun colors as well. The second device, the Asus ZenBook 14. It's ultralight. It's built on the Snapdragon X platform, a 16:10 OLED display, and it gets 21 hours of battery. Amazing performance and longevity. The next device is a brand new announcement from Dell, the XPS 13, powered by Intel. It's the lightest and most accessible expression of everything that XPS stands for. It comes with the touch display, backlit keyboard, metallic design, and so much more. It is a beautiful design. I'm really happy there to see Dell's announcement. We know it's a super popular design in the press as well. Then Lenovo announced their IdeaPad 5 Ultra. That's Intel Core Ultra performance with a thin, ultralight, all-metal design. Lenovo announced that back at Mobile World Congress and are shipping now. And then finally at the end with HP, the OmniBook 3. You can choose between Intel, AMD, or Qualcomm. It has a 14 and a 16-inch screen in OLED as well. So I love the ecosystem innovation and partnership here. I know many of our partners in the room, so a round of applause for the innovation that you see. Thank you very much. And I should say we're also investing in the customer experience to help customers buy the PC that's right for them. And behind me, you can see some of the retail experience that we're rolling out around the world. We're working with our partners in the retail space to make sure that Windows is presented in a new, clearer way, so customers can easily find the perfect PC for them. This is all about making sure that wayfinding is easy and omni-channel, so that's in-store and online, and making sure that we help the decision choice process there, so customers can understand what's right for them and get that PC that's perfect for their needs. So thank you to our retail partners. You'll see these environments really refreshing throughout stores globally with the goal of just helping customers find the device that's perfect for them. So let's switch it up and talk about gaming. Windows is the platform for gaming. We have the broadest range of titles, most of them only playable on Windows. I get so excited, and it's gaming, so I've got to play a fun gaming video here as well. So we're going to play it, I'll get a drink, and we'll come back and talk about some of the innovation that's coming with gaming in the platform. All right, so the home of gaming. So we've got so much innovation happening in the gaming platform. At the Game Developers Conference this year, we featured some of the platform enhancements that we've done, specifically around DirectX. And if you know, DirectX is our gaming framework there, so developers can enhance their graphics and really access the full power of the Windows PC platform. At GDC, we showed neural rendering integrations in the shader pipeline. We did enhancements for direct storage, which essentially prefetches your downloads and speeds up game time, time to game time. And then new tools that enable game studios to debug at the graphics card level to ensure that their graphics are running optimally and that gamers get the experience that they're after. We announced that Xbox Play Anywhere has 1,500 titles. So these are titles that you can buy and play on your console, PC, and select handhelds. And those games play across them, but also your saves and your latest achievements also go with you across screens. And we launched Xbox Mode last month. And Xbox Mode brings a console experience to your PC. Essentially, think of it as a full screen experience that quiets down any distractions so you can focus on getting to the games and getting into the action. It's a controller-first experience, supports mouse and keyboard, and we actually did this work first on the handheld devices, and then we upscaled it to PC. So now we've brought it to the PC, and it's rolling out in select markets now. So if you love to game, there's no distractions. You get right into it with Xbox Mode. So speaking of gaming handhelds, come with me. We'll have a look at a few of the launches that we have here. So on the left-hand side, you'll see the Asus ROG Ally X. And you're probably saying, hey, that's been out a while, which it has. It's been in market for some time. But the Asus work that we did was deep, deep co-engineering to really think about the player first, build new experiences, and optimize the hardware. And so I'd like to thank Asus and congratulate the ROG team who celebrated 20 years, their 20-year anniversary here at the show. So really happy for Sean and the team to celebrate that milestone. The work that we did with Asus now scales to the rest of the ecosystem. So you'll see the Xbox Mode coming on all of the handhelds that you might purchase. And in particular, we have two new handhelds that were launched here at the show, both on the Intel Arc G3 platform. The first is the Acer Predator Atlas A8. And so you'll see that on the right-hand side here. And then we also have the MSI device in the middle that you can see, hopefully nice and clear as well. So great additions to the lineup. They're both 8-inch screens, and with the latest Intel platform, they're actually able to get amazing battery life, huge improvements generation over generation. And we know that handheld gamers want to go unplugged, so that's a critical feature as well. So thank you, MSI and Acer, for joining the handheld market here. We appreciate the support, and we look forward to many more Windows-based handhelds customers as we scale out. Okay, so lots of work in gaming and the platform, obviously with Game Pass and the titles, and then as you think about what we have on the handset side too. Now let's transition and move to creators and developers. And this is really where a full stack approach is required. If you think about the transformation that's happening in the industry with AI, NPUs, GPUs, optimizing AI workflows, including models in the system, you have to take a full stack approach. And so you have to start from the silicon and the device all the way up with an integrated engineering mindset. Firmware, drivers, Windows, the apps and services on top. As we integrate across the platform and bring innovation to bear, Windows is transforming to meet the needs of the agentic era. And this is critical because if you think creators and developers are all looking to build agents and AI capability, Windows is transforming to meet those needs. Let's start with the hardware. So you might have seen this announcement. On Monday, Jensen announced that we've introduced RTX Spark. It's a new super chip designed for AI creating and gaming, and it delivers up to 1 petaflop of AI performance on Blackwell RTX-based cores, a 20-core ARM CPU, and exceptional performance per watt. So not only do you get the raw power, but you get the performance per watt on these machines as well. So what that means is you've got the most powerful, thinnest ever dev and creator boxes possible. And on Windows, it unlocks capability for creators and developers that they need to run advanced workloads. So beginning this fall, we have a full lineup of RTX Spark-based laptops. Now, these are laptops. We'll have small form factor desktops as well. So they're coming from Microsoft Surface, ASUS, Dell, HP, Lenovo, and MSI. So I'm so excited, and there's been a multi-year engineering effort with all of our partners, and of course with NVIDIA, to bring these to market. I'm excited as well that Microsoft will have the Surface Laptop Ultra, and I'd love to show you a quick sizzle video here. We're not talking too much about the details, that's coming soon, but I think you'll get the sense for what a great machine this is. All right, so it's exciting times. Round of applause for the Surface team, and actually for all of our partners who are bringing devices to market. I think this will be a game changer and an area of the market that I would argue Windows is underrepresented. So I'm looking forward to seeing more Windows machines here for creators and developers. We also announced the Surface RTX Spark DevBox. We announced it overnight at our Build conference for developers. And this is a purpose-built developer box based on NVIDIA RTX Spark Silicon. It comes with developer-optimized Windows 11 experiences. And I'll talk about them in a moment. But think of that as an experience that's tailored to developers so they can build, test, and run AI and agent workloads locally without setup friction. So it's all pre-configured and optimized visually, but then also without unpredictable cloud costs. There's been a lot of talk about tokens and being the currency of AI here at the show. But there's also a lot of talk of, well, with hybrid AI and running AI workloads at the edge, customers can save money. And the more powerful your edge endpoint, the more powerful your Windows PC, the more that you can do token generation and save cost. So we really think it's a huge area of opportunity, and these type of machines that we're looking at are perfect for those type of workloads. And then NVIDIA also announced the DGX Station for Windows, the world's most powerful desk-side AI supercomputer. I didn't think I'd ever say those words, desk-side AI supercomputer, for developing and running agents. It's on Windows. It's built on the NVIDIA GB300 platform. It's got Grace Blackwell, the Ultra Desktop Superchip as well. It's designed to develop and run frontier AI models, so much, much larger models, much, much more throughput required, and connect to always-on frontier agents and enterprise apps and workflows. So I'm excited to see that power and what developers can do in running their own agents on premises. So overnight, I mentioned we've kicked off our Build conference. Did anyone stay up until 12:30 to watch Build? No Microsoft people, though. You can't put your hand up. Anyone see the conference? Okay, I thought not. Don't worry, I'm going to cover off some of the news that we did, and I've got a link for you. Anyone can watch the keynotes. I really encourage you to do it. Why? Because we're talking about frontier developers and how to enable developers to really take their environments to the next level so they can develop, write, operate, and manage agents and applications in this new era. So this really, you have to think of this from infrastructure, models, runtimes, developer tools, and more, all wrapped with security and observability. And there's a big theme out there in the industry right now around the power of AI and agents, but IT departments and developers wanting to make sure they can control observability, policies, and security. And we spend a lot of time at Build to talk about that, which is the things Microsoft can do across the stack, but importantly, with Windows. And I'm proud to say that Windows was a star of the show with Satya in the keynote, and you'll see many sessions as well. And so we're going to talk about some of the news that we had for Windows at the show. The first area we focused on is what we call unmetered intelligence. What does that mean? Well, as you think unmetered intelligence on Windows, by powering on-device AI. I mentioned that before. Hybrid AI means you're using AI capability and processing at the edge and the cloud. And as AI models grow more powerful and those agentic workflows demand more compute, we're transforming the developer experience by shifting more of the intelligence to the edge. So we introduced new on-device small language models, SLMs. We call Aeon 1.0 for plan and instruct. And we're expanding the Windows APIs to cut across CPU, GPU, and NPU. So think of it as your Windows system is intelligent to allocate the right computing bandwidth for the right workloads. And within the platform, we're including SLMs so that you can take advantage of AI right at the edge in a cost-effective way. Next, we spoke about dev tools, and so the enhancements that we're making around a developer-optimized Windows. And if you've ever seen developers at work, they have strong preferences in how they think about the tools that they use, the platforms that they run on, the preferences that they have to build and run their applications. And so we've done a lot of work listening to developers and optimizing the experience. And really that optimization is there to help them build, test, and ship applications faster. That's really it. It's about developer productivity and making Windows the #1 platform. So at the show, we previewed, and you'll see some of them here. Here's an example of a developer configuration. It's a configuration within Windows that developers can use. It's a one-line command setup using winget, and it essentially makes the entire machine quiet. It optimizes for terminals. It optimizes processes that you need as a developer. Oh, and of course, it turns on dark mode everywhere because every developer wants dark mode. And so that is right out of the box. If you're a developer, you can configure your machine to be optimized for how you like to work. Then we did a preview of Intelligent Terminal that integrates context-aware AI agents directly into the terminal to maintain developer flow. We added core utils to Windows that bring native Linux-style command line tools to Windows. And then finally, WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux, we added containers that provide a way to build, create, run, and interact with Linux containers directly within Windows as well. This was a top feature request from developers, is bring up more of the feature set and functionality in WSL. So I'm excited to have that there as well. So our goal is to make sure that we have Windows be the best platform as well to run agents. We've shown you AI, edge inferencing. We've spoken about developer enhancements. Now let's switch gears a little to talk about running agents. And this best place to run agents is around having the ability at an OS level to enforce agent identity, containment, and enterprise-grade manageability. And so we announced Microsoft Execution Containers. It's an SDK that creates a policy-driven execution layer. So you can define, as a developer, what the agent can access with containment boundaries at the runtime. This is critical because now you have the control that you need. You can get the power of OpenClaw, but you can have the control, which is setting policies around what OpenClaw does. And at the show, we announced OpenClaw now runs natively on Windows, leveraging MXC, helping keep our customers' systems secure while running their claws. We also announced that NVIDIA is bringing OpenShell to Windows with MXC as well. So we are empowering and giving developers the control that they need, but then enabling users to run Claw and other agents in a secure environment as well. And don't forget, with Agent 365, customers can manage their entire agent estate with security in mind. So really, we want Windows to be the place where customers run long-running agents, because we can do things uniquely in the security level and at the policy level so that you can understand, observe, and control those agents and what they do. There's so much happening at Build. I just really didn't do it a service. I had a few minutes to touch on some of the big announcements there, but we're so excited to really get the feedback from developers and keep innovating and really transforming Windows for this era of AI. So it's a whirlwind tour, but I just wanted to wrap up and start, or finish, where we started, which is really together, we've had an amazing milestone with 1 billion users. That's 1 billion customers waking up and using Windows 11 every day. And it's with this team's support, with this ecosystem support, that I know we'll continue to innovate with Windows 11 and enable every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more in this era of agentic AI. And as you think about the new hardware platforms that we featured with NVIDIA at the show, with the AI capability that we're building across all of the models, frameworks, tools, runtimes, and then the enhancements that we're making for developers as well, it's going to be such a bright future for Windows as we make all of these features come to life for customers around the world. Have a great Computex. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you next year.
感谢 Mark Linton 先生精彩的分享。下一个精彩场次，个人化 AI 装置的崛起，即将在不久后开始。Thank you, Mr. Mark Linton,